All right. It was a great game. You know, it stinks that somebody has to lose that game. What a fun game for both teams, both fan bases. Their guy was phenomenal on the mound, as Brendan was, and you know, just back and forth postseason game. It was fun. You know, I had a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of our guys that we fought. And obviously Brendan was great on the mound. And you know, Danny had an awesome day at the plate, and the home run was big, but I'm most proud of the base hit he got there in the ninth, because you know, he wanted to beat himself up when he didn't make that play, and he's really a good first baseman. But it just shows his maturity and his toughness. That you know, there's nothing you can do about it now. Just move on and help us win, and he did that. So it was a great team effort.
Open up for the players.
Danny, how big was that for you, and how upset were you coming to the plate that you didn't make that play the way it ended?
I mean, I was pretty upset just that they had tied the game up afterwards. You know, I always count on pitchers to pick me up when if I don't make a play, and you know, I was pretty upset that we could have run off the field right there with the lead still. But you know, Coach had said something to me right before my bat, and just to relax and try and be a good hitter at the plate, and that's all I was trying to do, just kind of clear that out and be a good hitter.
Danny, what did you see on that home run? What did you see from
the home run pitch?
Yeah.
It was a fastball. And it just left it over the middle of the plate. Just put a good swing on it.
Did you think you hit it out?
No.
Yeah.
No, I was sprinting.
He said it was his one mistake. Did it feel like a mistake, or left it too high?
I felt like he left it over the plate, and you know, if he makes a better pitch, who knows what happens. But he was a good pitcher all day, and if that's his one mistake, then I'll take it.
Down 0-2 in that at bat and worked it back to 2-2, fell off a couple pitches. How does your mindset change as the at bat goes on and the count looks more in your favor?
When you see more pitches, you start to feel more comfortable just with the timing off the pitcher, and you get to see, you know, I got to see a couple breaking balls in the at bat that I fouled off, and you just start to feel more comfortable throughout an at bat as the at bat goes on. And I think that certainly helped me.
You were also at the plate when the weather delay came up. What did you do for those 53 minutes thinking about the 2-2 pitch? Or did you think that?
I mean, it was definitely on my mind. But I just tried to, you know, stay relaxed and, you know, get up to think about, you know, getting up to the plate, trying to visualize something good happening. And unfortunately, it wasn't a good result, but you know, that happens in baseball. You're not going to succeed every time. So you just tried to take it like it was a regular at bat.
Is that one of the bigger buzzkills in the game, being out there getting ready to hit, and then a weather delay comes in?
No, I mean, it's part of the game. It is what it is. You know, you can't really control that, so nothing you can do.
Brendan, talk about your day. Did you feel pretty good besides the one pitch?
Yeah, I threw well all day. You know, hit my spots, made some pitches that I needed to make. Left the ball too much over the plate. He made a good swing on it. Ball ended up in the grass.
Jane, when Colin came in for you, I mean, just kind of talk about what the danger maybe posed on the base pass.
I think everybody saw it. I mean, he had a great jump stealing the bag and tagging up on that ball from right field. It was just, you know, that's, you know, his game is being as fast as he is, and that's a huge asset to our team.
Danny, when you hit the home run, what I noticed, you're coming around third, you're giving the chest bump, you're looking over to your dugout. I immediately see the teammates. You guys are starting to get pumped up. Was Michigan kind of get to you guys a little bit right there? Was that your old rallying cry? I mean, go explain what's going through your head there as you're coming to home plate.
I just think we were all excited, and I was excited that, you know, we kind of were putting some good swings on balls throughout the game and had some guys on here and there, and you know, couldn't get the big hit. So I was just, you know, just excited to kind of break through a little bit and, you know, feel like we could take control of the game.
Danny, you see Brendan quite a bit in practice. You faced him most likely. What makes him so effective as a pitcher?
His fastball gets on you. It's sneaky. I mean, we call it a sneaky fastball, and it's not a comfortable at bat to face him. On top of that, he's got a good breaking ball, which makes the fastball look even harder than it is.
Brendan, yesterday Coach McDonnell sat in here and told us how important these 1-0-1-0 games are.
Did you discuss that, pre-game, or did you think about how big this moment was for you?
He talked about it a little bit yesterday after the game. He said this is what you come to college for, playing the 1-0-1-0 game in a regional or super regional. It's a great atmosphere. So many fans were here today cheering us on. Got pretty lot of some points in the game, so it's just a great feeling to be out there, knowing that if you win the game, you're pretty much set up to win a regional.
Brendan, I know you guys would like to probably win that 10 runs, but was it fun to kind of have that pitcher's duel, with the Michigan guys?
Yeah, it's always fun to have a pitcher's duel, see who can keep going their best and make their pitches and still not give up mistakes, It's just it's a fun thing to have.
Danny, before today, what would have been your most memorable home run?
Before today, my most memorable home run.
High school, Little League?
Wow. I don't know. I honestly can't say I have a ton of memorable home runs, but this is by far and away the highest one on my list.
I remember the first game against West Virginia last year.
Yeah.
That was, huge.
That was a good
We
one.
were losing like 8-1 in that game. And, I remember that home run.
Brendan,
With 2 strikes as well.
obviously, Michigan has a great lineup. These guys can hit against anybody. It doesn't matter what pitcher's on the mound. Coming into today's game, were you excited to face this team? Did you know of the upcoming challenge? And what does your performance mean to you to be able to come through like you did against a hard-hitting lineup?
Yeah, if you can't get excited to pitch in a 1-0 game in a regional, I don't know why you're here. You should be thrilled to throw against one of the top teams in the country. Great lineup, they have hitters all through the lineup. You just have to make your pitches and try not to make mistakes.
Brandon, what's going through your mind when you see Michigan's pitcher just matching you out for out, essentially for a good 7.5 innings of that game? Is that, what's going through your mind when you see a guy doing pretty much what you're doing on the mound, just striking people out and getting people out?
I think it motivates you to, go out there and stuff on defense, make your pitches, just get your team back in the dugout as quick as you can, try and get to their pitchers before they get to us.
After such a strong outing out there, what's your mindset when you see, that lead disappear with you sitting on the bench of the dugout?
You can't worry about it. Drew, he was hurt for a majority of the season later on. He just needs to find his rhythm back and start throwing strikes like he has been. He was a dog on the mound coming out of the bullpen. He just didn't let people get hits and score runs.
One more question for the players.
Danny, to have that kind of performance that you had at the plate, to do it in a game like this, Brendan said, coming into that playing in a game like this is, why you come to college. For you, what did it mean to do that today?
It was just an unbelievable feeling, just to kind of, I've had an up and down career for sure, and just, felt good to finally feel like I put my own little stamp on my career here, and it's just exciting to help our team get a win, and we have a lot of goals set for the rest of the season, and I was just happy I could help us out.
All right, you guys can take that. We'll open it up for
You didn't pitch run for Danny in the first. I think it took the second pitch. Were you thinking, okay, do this or not, or what was kind of the thinking there to get Colin in there?
Thought, I didn't think we needed a pinch runner to bunt. And Danny's a good base runner, the older guy, experienced. He knows how to run the bases, being in our program for 3 years. After the first bunt attempt, it didn't look too good. And, Colby's a good hitter. And Colby had to face the tough lefty all day, and here he finally gets to face a righty. Just felt like, well, we got to change it up. And so the combination of we're going to take off the bunt there and put Lyman out there. And we put Lyman out there last night to run. And I don't think he ran. We talked about that, where I give guys the green light or not, and we have confirmation, green light, red light signs, and so I just made it very clear that he had the green light there to run. And the stolen base was huge, but fortunately he ran on the chopper. Because if he doesn't run on the chopper, I don't know if he gets forced out at second or not. But it just showed his faith, trust in himself. you know, I keep telling our guys, we push our chips in the middle of the table. Trust yourself. My devotion this morning was 1 Kings chapter 18. I'm not going to tell you the story, but it's a really cool story about Elijah and his faith in Yahweh. And I kept thinking all day, you know, as Christians, the kind of faith you have in God. As a coach, and you got to have that faith in your players. You've got to believe in them and trust them. So I kept thinking about that all day. And so even when the game was tough and it was close, I just, you know, these are my guys. I love these guys, and they're fun to coach. So, you know, I keep telling them, if it's good enough, it's great. If it's not good enough, then we go down fighting. So it was a fun game. It was fun to see them fight.
I like Devin getting a bat on the ball as well there. Is that back?
You know, Devin's back. As we talked last night, and I made reference to how many RBIs he had. I think Sean said it on the post-game show. How many sack flies? Like 7 or 8. You know, you feel like he's going to move the ball. Now that's the Devin that we had, you know, for 2/3 of the season. And again, just trust your players. And you know, their kid made an unbelievable catch. I mean, what a great catch. I mean, I don't. If he's camped under it, then maybe he can make the decision, you know, to let it bounce. But I don't know if he knows the ball's. I mean, he's got to go for that catch, and unbelievable catch. And unfortunately for them, you know, it hurt them, you know. But there's no guarantee if the ball hits the ground. I mean, you don't know what Devin could get a hit on the next pitch, so you just don't know. I mean, it was a great game, and we were fortunate to come out with a 1-run win.
Brady hasn't given up a lot of leads, and it wasn't a safe situation in the 8th. But how do you think he handled himself after giving up that that two-run RBI single?
Yeah, he showed it because it's 1st and 3rd with, you know, and they do have a great lineup. So, you know, that next kid up, I mean, could clearly put the game away. You know, with one swing right there, it's 1st and 3rd, and I think he might have gone to a 3-2 count. And now the guy's in motion off first, and it just, you know, it showed his toughness and his, you know, he's a birdie. And the world of birdies is you live and die at the end of the game, and you got to have thick skin. You're not going to shut the door every time, and you're going to give up runs, you know. I mean, it's inevitable, and you got to be fearless. And I think he showed that, getting that kid out, and then, you know, how he pitched the 9th was impressive.
You got your 1-0 game win. You know, it's got to be a great feeling to be in the position that you guys are now.
Yeah, you know, it's great for our fans. The 4 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon. You know, they can go to church or do what they do on Sunday mornings and make plans to be here tomorrow afternoon. You know, our kids, as I always say, you can't get too high. You still got to run out there and play. You got to play good baseball, and you're playing a team tomorrow coming off of a win. You know, with momentum, and you know, it's one game, and we got to come out like we've come out. And you know, try to get off to a good start, play fast, and do what we do.
Rosenbaum said it. He's had an up and down career. What's his journey been like?
You know, he's seemed like he's always battling. You know, to play. You know, he had to compete with Wasserman. You know, senior, 6'6", big first baseman, a good senior year. Last year we had kind of an extra infielder or two, and so Grant K slid over there, and then you have the superstar freshman Brendan McKay come in and give you the at bats, and but you got to give Danny a lot of credit because he might not start every day, but I mean he's right there. I mean, he's in the mix, and he's the face of our team. We talk about depth. I think we started 3 different guys in the lineup today. I don't know many regional teams going from one game to the next, turning over that many. If anything, you watch the regionals, it's like the same lineup. Most teams are just running out the same lineup. And we had 3 different guys start today. Again, credit to kids, just the talent, and they believe in one another. And it allows us, you know, in case somebody's struggling or you know, but like I said, it's been our strength all year. I said at the first press conference, our depth is going to be one of our strengths, and you know, I think it showed today.
You talked about being dangerous. That Lyman series where he was he was aggressive every time. I mean, that's a case study for it, isn't it?
Well, that's what he does. I mean, we work on base stealing an awful lot, and just that's like Danny said, that's part of his game, and he's had a tough year, you know, and hasn't played as much as he would like, but we get him in as much as we can, and those guys know if I pinch run you, you know, if I give you the green light, I mean, it's. I thought Solak had a great jump on his, and he got thrown out. But it was a pitch out, and the kid threw it right on the pad. Great throw. So it's just fun. You just want the kids to play free and play loose and trust their ability.
You're not thinking ahead, I know this, but if there was a Monday game, could McKay pitch a few innings? Would he physically be okay to pitch?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think college kids at this point, they'll all say hands are on deck. I mean, but you know, I'm not gonna think about that, or you know, just see.
It's been a long layup for Josh. You obviously got the sim game on in it, dude. Do you like what you've seen from him this week leading into this start?
Yeah, the sim game Sunday was almost too good. You know, like sickening good. Like, oh gosh, you know, like we didn't get to throw him in the ACC tournament. But as I said last night, that was important for our pitching staff. I mean, with the 3-week stretch that we had at the end of the ACC slate, we had to push them back. And I think somebody said, you know, going into that conference tournament, we weren't playing for our lives. I mean, we wanted to win it, but we knew this was the more important series and weekend, and so, you know, I think that decision we made is paying off. It's showing in our pitching staff. So Josh is fresh, and he's throwing great. And you know, he pitched on Sunday last year. You know, so he's comfortable in this role.
One more question for Coach.
Coach, could you talk about Eric Backley, the head coach for Michigan? He's kind of a strategist like yourself. You know, a couple times you can see you guys moving the chess pieces out there. Just talk about what it's like to go head-to-head against a guy like that.
Yeah, he's an extremely hard worker. You know, he and his staff grind it out. They get after it. You see how hard his kids play. You know, I've known Eric for 15-plus years, and we were on the road recruiting against each other for many years, and just a lot of respect for him. You know, it's you know how hard he works and how much those kids fight and play, and you know, it doesn't shock us at all the success that they're having. So we kind of knew it was going to be a battle today.
Thanks, guys. We got Colin Lyman out here if anybody wants to talk.